This next story for me is personal. It's about a man who meant so much to me while I was growing up in my hometown of Elmira, New York. A person many knew as a restaurant and bar owner, but was much more than that to me. As it turns out, my uncle, Chuck Clark, also meant a lot more to the men he served with in the Vietnam War. 24 years after his own death, a random message on Facebook led me to discover Uncle Chuck saved lives.
To my dying day, I won't forget Chuck.
Larry Taylor
I love Chuck.
and Mike Bellomini, both Vietnam veterans, both served with my uncle, Chuck, in Vietnam in 1969 through 1970. It was Larry who reached out to me, and we all recently sat down to talk about their time together in Vietnam.
Chuck and I were members of the 2nd Battalion, 11th Artillery, a very famous artillery unit, 11th Artillery, we were also part of the 101st Airborne.
To be clear, I came into this conversation not knowing much about my uncle's service. My dad's brother. I had heard some stories, but knew much more about his later years as a restaurant and bar owner and father of 2 twin girls, Casey and Carol. Chuck died young, just 52 years old in 2001. The last time I saw him, 10 months before that, but he was always such a big part of my life.
Chuck and I were pretty close.
So when the opportunity presented itself to learn more about my uncle from the men he served with, I eagerly accepted.
Chuck and I met in Lawton, Oklahoma, at Fort Sill.
Bellomini met my uncle while in training, but never thought they'd see each other after that.
We got orders, and I got shipped out to our artillery battery, and I was there for a day or so, and the next thing I know, Chuck shows up.
Really?
It was just like a magnet that just kept drawing us together. And so we ended up in the same fire base, spent the majority of the time with him.
To say they were close is an understatement.
Every day we're in Vietnam, we were just about together.
For Taylor, they worked the same gun crew, the 155 millimeter howitzer.
When I arrived, I was looking for anybody that had warm-hearted and wouldn't give me a hard time because I was a fresh recruit. And Chuck was someone who just fit the bill, and we got acquainted right away.
Chuck, along with Larry, Mike, and so many others, were stationed on Fire Support Base Arsenal and Sarge from 1969 through 1970. That's in the A Shaw Valley of South Vietnam. And it was in April of 1970, some of the fiercest fighting of the war, where Chuck was honored for his heroism.
We got overrun that night. They had broke containment and came through, and it was a mess.
They were probably the elite units of Vietnam. They painted themselves dark. These guys came up well armed and started firing and hitting our bunkers.
How far away was the enemy when this is going on?
They're on top of us. The only thing that protected us was our training. And Chuck and I were as good as anybody.
While Larry manned the howitzer, Mike illuminated the area, and Chuck jumped in a foxhole with an M60 and protected the base, his fellow soldiers and friends.
Chuck went directly where he was supposed to go. He opened up the chamber of the M60 and loaded the belt. This was a belt-driven machine gun. Our mindset was to survive. Our mindset was to protect one another. Our mindset was to be always on alert. Stay alert, stay alive.
This picture is of Chuck and Mike being awarded medals for their heroism. This letter talks about Chuck's bravery and devotion to his fellow soldiers, saving lives while putting his own in jeopardy. Not bad for a 20-year-old. Was my uncle a hero in Vietnam?
Yes, he was.
I'm extremely grateful to have known somebody like Chuck, who really touched my life,
People don't understand this, but we were kids. There's this unbreakable bond between us.
I mean, I still get emotional when I think about him. I can see him here right now.
I think the best thing I could say, I would put my life into his hands, and I would feel protected. He would die for me, and I would die for him. Chuck was loved by a whole group of guys from Vietnam. I mean, he was he affected all of us.
A nearly 2-hour conversation with Mike and Larry. Not every story was suitable for air, like the R&R trip to Australia. That was a beauty. But I want to thank them both personally for letting me find out more about Uncle Chuck after all these years. I still miss him so much, and so does his family, including his brothers in Vietnam.